Hey, how you doing there again, folks? Me again, of course, Brandon Wenzel. Come back at you, another offering, off my sampler platter. Yes, indeed, folks, sampler video series videos I've been doing for a little while now. I'll go over there, try out food and drink items. I eat stuff, I drink stuff, then, folks, I'm going to talk about the stuff. I'm going to let you know all that you need to know about hopefully delicious stuff that, time I'm doing this, folks, I'm not going to lie. This has been in my fridge for a little bit, so it's finally getting reviewed. That literally was the whole point of, like, it just kept getting pushed to the back, and finally I was like, oh, yeah, I better do that now. But we'll get to that. Folks, it's super simple format. I'm going to go over there, I'm going to try out food and or drink items for you. Whilst I'm doing so, I'm yammering on about it for a bit. Whilst I'm doing all that, I'm inside my truck. Whilst I'm doing all that, folks, I'm wearing grody work clothes. Typically, when I'm inside the truck and I'm wearing grody work clothes, that means I was on my way home from work and I found some shit to review for you. And yeah, that's not the case today. Like I said, I don't remember exactly when I found this. It was a while ago, though. Probably sometime in 2024. And yeah, it just was kind of there. And, the thing is, like, when I'm picking out stuff to review, obviously I want to review interesting stuff and things that I haven't had more often than not. But, I'm also trying to get in, like, things that I think are going to be more attractive to potential viewers, So, like, new items from, big brands and stuff like that. Or conversely, I do the opposite and I do, like, stuff from, like, smaller things, like mom and pop type stuff that, I just want to go over there and kind of highlight. This kind of doesn't fall anywhere in those. It was just interesting to me. It happens to be, boom! It is Sosyo drink from Hajuri. I'm going to go with Hajuri. Since 1923. It's Hajoori. Hajuri? Sure. It's a mixed fruit drink. Yes. Where are you from? India. Oh, okay, I guess this is an Indian thing. Cool. Alright, what the hell? Let's get a thing for the thing here. We'll do it like this. We'll kind of ha 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 ha. Let's try out an Indian mixed fruit what the hell ever. Oh, yeah. Oh, I didn't think about the bottle top. Do you twist? You do not twist. That's okay. I have an electrical cabinet key. They work extremely well for opening up bottles. All right. Yep. Okay. Interesting scent. Let's give it a go. Oh. Oh. That's some stuff. What does that taste like? It tastes like a candy. I think like an old-timey candy, but I can't think of what specific old-timey candy it tastes like. Like almost a little bit like, this is gonna sound weird. It almost tastes like sort of like a mix between kind of like fruity flavors and kind of candy corn. It's weird. I've never had anything that tastes quite like this. But let's go in for another sip, folks. That's weird. Initially, it kind of tastes like a cola. And when I was drinking it, when I first took that first hit, I was like, oh, maybe it's just, like a old-timey Indian cola. Because it definitely starts off kind of tasting similar to that. And I have reviewed Indian cola, by the way, the Thumbs Up cola. Watch that review if you're interested. But after a little bit, it kind of starts to fade out, and you get sort of a mild fruity flavor. It's not like a Fanta or anything like that. It's a more subdued kind of fruitiness. Very sweet though. But then it kind of, like I said, it takes on almost like a candy-like quality to it, like the flavor does. It's really interesting. Ugh. I'm trying to think of like the fruit, because they say just mixed fruit. And I'd be lying if I said that I felt I could like really identify anything specific, but it is kind of interesting, the fruit flavor that you get from it. It almost reminds me a little bit, and I'm probably not selling this very well as like being a very good tasting drink. The fruit flavor almost reminds me a little bit of kind of like a light prune flavor. But like not in a bad way. Like prunes are actually pretty tasty in certain circumstances. Um yeah, man, it's really weird. It's like a mix between a cola, a little bit of a prune kind of vibe, and then sort of a candy corn kind of thing. It's really weird, but like not in a bad way. I like it. I really like the way it drinks too. Like it reminds me of an old school cola. Uh, I I'm down with that, man. It's weird as fuck, but like I like old timey sodas, and that hits in a weird way that hits in a way that I didn't realize I needed something to hit, and I'm down with that. That's very cool. All right. Two questions have to be asked though. Would I get it again? Would I recommend it? Absolutely and absolutely. I lament the fact that it took me this long to review this, because I could have reviewed this months ago and enjoyed it and then gone out and bought more. I don't even remember where the hell I bought this from, but there's like a bunch of like Indian grocery stores kind of in my area. I'm sure I could find it again. But man, do I like that. Like, yeah, I will get this again, because like I really like it's I'll say this, it wouldn't be an all the time kind of drink. This is one of those things where now that I've had it, I know I'm going to want it again on occasion. There's going to be times when I want it, but it's going to be the only thing that's going to work for me. That's what type of drink this is for me. I would absolutely get it again. And if I'm recommending it, I mean, look, it's not going to be for everybody. That much I will say. It's definitely not going to be for everybody. Like I said, it's a very sweet drink. the and especially when you see the mixed fruit thing, you think, okay, I know what mixed fruit's going to taste like. Never mind that it could be almost infinite combinations. Obviously, lots of different types of fruit you can mix. It's very different. Again, it's an old timey kind of soda, where it almost has like you could almost see this being sold as like a tonic to go over there and cure black lung or some shit like that. So it's more along the lines of like a Dr. Pepper almost than, again, something like a Fanta. But it is really cool, and I will say, I think if you run into it, and if you have an interest in sodas at all, give it a go. Like, I don't know if you're gonna like it. You might absolutely hate it because it's definitely weird, but I can pretty much promise you've never had anything quite like it. And that in and of itself is worthy of a certain amount of praise. But 5 things before I get out of here. Have yourself a great rest of your day, spectacular rest of your week, monumental rest of your month, stupendous rest of your year. Folks, go there yourselves a truly Sosyo-tastic rest of your life. Sosyo. Somebody goes over there and asks you to pass a condiment and be like, what condiment you want? I want the Sosyo. That was the stupidest joke you've ever heard. Final 2 things. Number 1, try to bring some positivity into the world. It's not always possible. It is, however, always appreciated. But what you do if you can't do it all the time? I know I can't do it all the time. Here's what you're going to do, folks. You're going to try not to be an asshole. Now, folks, it's not always the easiest thing in the world to not be an asshole. Trust me. I know it. I live it. I'm out there every day with you in it. Life can be stressful and frustrating and just bullshit sometimes, folks. And when we find ourselves in situations where we have to deal with said bullshit, it's important we go over there, whenever possible, take a step back, try to mitigate the level of assholishness in our lives, hopefully do better for ourselves and for those around us. Very final thing, folks, Do the thing. Whatever the thing is for you, that's what I want you to go out and do. Folks, this is one of those things that makes me so happy that I continue to do this show. Because, I mean, the reality is, like, I would still try out weird stuff. Like, I've always been, that's always just been a thing that I've been doing, pretty much throughout my entire life. I like to try new stuff. And, but at the same time, doing the show certainly provides an added motivation to go over there and maybe stretch my wings a little bit further at times. And getting to go over there and review stuff like this, it's just so cool because, it's a completely new experience, and now it's something I can take with me for the rest of my life. And I get to share it with all of you folks. So, but anyway,